morning and welcome to GBN Live. I'm Lori Wetherill. I'm your mortgage broker in the Rivertown chapter. Today we'd like to thank our sponsor, Grand Strand Law Group. They are at 843-492-5422. They are in the Myrtle Beach and North Myrtle Beach areas. You can also contact them at grandstrandlawgroup.com. Don't forget to give us permission to Facebook so we can view your comments. Go to streamyard.com/Facebook. And if you have any questions for our guests today, type them in the comment section and we will answer them live on air. Today's guest is Cynthia Barrett with Barrett's Bookkeeping in the Greenwood Chapter. Stay tuned, GBN Live is next. Okay, welcome back and welcome Cynthia. Cynthia is with Barrett's Bookkeeping in the Greenwood Chapter.
Yes, thank you.
So before we get started, how about if we learn a little bit about you? Maybe tell us about yourself, where you're originally from, what brought you here, and a little bit about your family.
Thank you, Lori. It's good to be here. I'm sad not to be in the studio, but
yeah, we wish works. You were here.
So I have 4 children and 5 grandchildren and 1 on the way. So we're excited about that. And Barrett's Bookkeeping, it started around 2020. So what we did here is I went to the National Association for Bookkeepers, the school there at the NACPB. Took that for about a year because I wanted to be licensed. I knew how to, do bookkeeping, but I wanted to take that a step further and become a CPB. So we carried that, started at doing a little advertising. I don't know if you're familiar with the Melanie Power program out in Australia. I also did that for a year, and I knew how to do bookkeeping, but I did not know how all this cloud-based, how to advertise, how to get my face in front of the client. So they taught me that and a lot of other things. So here we are, have a team. I have 2 senior accountants and 1 junior, and then myself, and we're doing quite amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What made you to decide to branch out on your own?
That's a good question. I always say it was my grandkids. So my grandchildren, at that time, we only had 2. And I wanted to help my girls with the grandkids. But I didn't want my husband, he was the only income in doing that. And I'm like, there's got to be a way that I can help support what we're doing here. So I said, you know what, I think I'll just try this NACPB and just see how it works. Never knew it would turn out the way it did.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it really just took off. Working from home is different. It's not for everybody. You do have to get used to a lot of things. It's not like working outside the home. But we still help with our grandchildren. But that was the main reason that I started, was to help, with the income.
That's a good reason.
Yeah.
And, your grandkids are so important.
Yes.
You can't
absolutely.
miss any time.
Yes.
So,
yep.
So if we want to hire you, what is the best way to get started? Where do we begin?
Well, there's a couple of things you can do. I'm, on Facebook, LinkedIn, Alignable. You'll find Barrett's Bookkeeping LLC. My website is barrettsbookkeeping.online, and you can certainly go there, fill out the contact form. I'll get that email personally. We'll set up an appointment. I usually would like to talk to the client to see what's their pain points. Are we a good fit together? Can we even help them? We do that first. It's a free consult call. We don't charge to do that. And then if we're moving forward, we'll do a scope of work. They'll invite me into their QuickBooks, and if they don't have software yet, they'll provide a couple of months of statements, just something so I can get an idea of what's happening. And then I do an engagement. We have a Zoom meeting. We go over, I'm very detailed what I expect from the client, what they expect from me. So there's no hidden questions about how the process will work.
No
And then once it's
surprises.
time, then we get busy. We try to keep it really simple, but at the same time, we like being in front of the customer. A lot of complaints that we hear is, I've never seen my bookkeeper. So we try not to be, we can schedule monthly meetings, sometimes weekly meetings, phone calls, whatever. We do want to talk to the customer and see what's going on.
So if you're not meeting with them one-to-one, how do they get the information to you?
Well, there's a couple of different things. There's a lot of softwares now. They can email that information. There's HubDocs. There's all kind of softwares that you can use to talk back and forth.
Okay.
Absolutely. What some clients already have that, so we just tag along whatever they're currently using. But they send it through some text.
Wow.
So, not the information, but, verbal
Okay.
information, they'll send a text or whatever. So, just whatever works for them. Our main goal is to make sure that what we do helps them. That's the main goal. They're trying to grow a business. So when they win, we win. When they grow, we grow. So
Nice.
that's what we do.
Okay. So I know there's a lot of different aspects of bookkeeping.
Right.
1099 filing. Are you?
So what we do in that case, if they hire a subcontractor that makes over $600 a year, they're required by the IRS to send a 1099. They can fill out a W-9. They can get that over to me. We can actually put that information in and tag it so it will track their wage, their salary, whatever checks they give them to pay for the year. And then we'll process the 1099 at the end of the year. Some clients do their own, some want us to do it. So that would be an added service if they say, I want you to do my 1099s. The main thing is getting those W-9s filled out as soon as you hire a contractor. If you wait till December, and you're not going to find them, or they won't fill it out because nobody wants to pay taxes on that 1099. So I always tell them that, the day you hire them, before you get that first check, we need to get a W-9. It will make your life so much better than the year.
And yours too.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so you use QuickBooks.
Yes. Yes.
Do you set that up? Do we set it up? How does that work?
Some already have their own software. So, Lori, if you say, I don't have any software, then yes, we can set that up for you. I am a pro advisor with QuickBooks Online.
Okay.
However, I have many clients still on desktop. And that's, something I learned years and years ago on my own was the desktop. Mm-hmm. So I tend to do all the desktop through the company and then my team, and I share the QuickBooks Online. Because desktop, you need a remote access, that sort of thing, which it works. It can happen. But yes, we can certainly take care of all of that for you. Make sure your chart of accounts are correct for your business. Absolutely.
Okay. And so through QuickBooks, do you do their payroll? Do they do it and then reconcile with you? How do you like it?
Either way, whatever helps them. The QuickBooks does offer payroll services, but we have clients that use other payroll services. They may use ADP, Paychecks, whatever payroll service that they like or they may be using, but we certainly can do that. Now, they may say, I want you to do payroll for me, or they do the payroll and we just reconcile it in the books, and make sure we still get access to the payroll, because we'd like to make sure that it balances at the end of the quarter or what have you. You want to make sure everything tallies.
They say that's good.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming QuickBooks is a lot more complicated than when I used it, because it's been a few years.
I don't think, well, now I've used it for years. So I do offer training. So if you wanted to do your own, say, I want to try to do this on my own, you can call and say, Cynthia, I need some help in these areas. So what we would do, I provide Zoom meetings. You can do it, on your screen share. And I can walk you through, train you hands-on, those areas that you need help. We certainly offer that, just to help you get through, because some people like to do their own. If some people, like my wife, wants to do my bookkeeping, and I think that's great. They just need a little help.
So you can train them for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I would need a lot of training.
You would get it. You would get it.
So after the break, we'll talk a little bit about sales tax and
Yeah.
other reportings that you do with your business. So stay tuned. We'll be back after the break.
Hi, I'm Jess the San. I've been a canine liaison at Grand Strand Law Group for, 30 years? What's that? You don't believe me? I meant 30 dog years, of course. First rule of lawyering, read the fine print. Anywho, my humans at Grand Strand Law Group have a combined 20 years experience. I know, not as much as me, but that's in people years. So yeah, still pretty impressive. Real estate, estate planning, or probate, you need GSLG.
Grand Strand Law Group. Trust us, we have a dog.
Great Business Networking grew out of the idea that by creating lasting friendships within the community, we can make the community even better.
I was looking to network with professionals and to be able to refer my clients to somebody that I trust.
Well, it's really important to trust the members of the group because we really generate quality referrals, and to know somebody, be friends with them, and get that qualified referral is the key to success.
It is networking, but it doesn't feel like networking, and that is important to me. I come to the meetings, I have fun, I make great connections, and I help grow my business.
GBN, these are some of the best professionals in the market, and having that resource available to me, that's priceless.
Well, GBN is a network of business professionals that build long-lasting friendships that will not only grow my business, will grow yours as well. That's what referral marketing is all about.
GBN really is the most important marketing for your business. Check us out today.
Back to GBN Live. Welcome back, Cynthia. Cynthia is with Barrett's Bookkeeping in the Greenwood Chapter of GBN. We'd like to thank our sponsor again, Grand Strand Law, at 843-492-5422. They have offices in Myrtle Beach and North Myrtle Beach, and you can also contact them at grandstrandlawgroup.com. So if you have any questions, don't forget to type them in your comments, and we'll do our best to get them answered live. So if you have any questions for Cynthia, then just feel free to send us one. So welcome back. If my business collects sales tax, can you handle separating everything and reporting, or is that something I have to do?
You can set that up in QuickBooks in your online. You can set up your percentage rate for your area. States are different in paying that. So if you have to pay city tax, which many times there's a 1%, 2%, but all of that can be set up in your QuickBooks. And there's actually a place for sales tax reporting, sales tax payments. They're usually due before the 20th in this state. So, but other states may be different. But yes, we can run those reports. We can pay those for you. And we certainly do that. We offer that service.
So can you handle the accounts payable and receivable at the same time?
Yes. So, we don't typically keep checks here. So in order to pay bills or what have you. Let's say you have a vendor, that you use all the time, a supply house. And you want me to pay that once a month or what have you, an ACH, we can certainly handle that. I don't like to keep checks here. I don't want the liability, but we can certainly do some things with that as far as paying your bills. Some use bill pay through their banking. That's real easy to pay. So absolutely, we offer that. Now, you may say, I want to pay the bills, but I want you to put the bills in QuickBooks. We can certainly do that. They send us the bills. It's really what they do most of the time, Lori. When companies do that, they develop, or they may already have, an email designated for their vendors. For an example, invoices@barrettsbookkeeping.com. If I had one, So what they do is they tell all their vendors, send your bills to this email. And then we are given access to that email. We go in and then we tie it in. So that's a great way there to communicate what bills are due or what have you. A lot of businesses have an email just for their accounts payable. And receivables, that's money coming in. So they can deposit the money. We have access. We can do like a read only. We can see the deposits. We can tie those in to the invoice and show the payment. That sort of thing. That's a simple, there. Most of the time, and if they use the invoice to their clients and they pay online through QuickBooks, well, it'll automatically match it to the invoice, because they'll pay right on the invoice from the email.
Gotcha.
So that both of those are really simple tasks to do.
Nice. So you probably do a lot of this, but financial cleanups, what is that?
Yeah. We certainly at one time we had the tag of the cleanup queen, because I felt like we were doing a lot. A lot of times it would not be. We'd have 4 going at one time. People get busy. For an example, like in construction, roofing, plumbing, HVAC, they want to be in the sun. They don't want to be in the books.
Yeah.
So they come to us and they may be 1-2 years out. So we certainly do catch-up work, rescue work, cleanup work. I've heard all different ways to call it. But in the end, we do catch their books up, and it is a lot of work.
I bet.
It is.
I can't, yeah. We'll just leave mine alone. So with what I do, we ask accountants, and for our clients, which then involves you, for balance sheets and end of the year profit and loss. Do you do all that for your clients?
Absolutely, Lori. So in our onboarding, we offer monthly reporting. So what that usually consists of is the profit and loss, balance sheet. You may want accounts receivable summary, accounts payable summary. So yes, we do. Some clients want it weekly. They want to see that, those 2 reports weekly. But yes, we do that after everything is reconciled for the month, and we know those figures are true. Then we will present you with the monthly management. We call it monthly management reports. And then at the end of the year, then all you have to do is get the one for the year, and you're ready to go and have your taxes done. It makes life so much easier. My clients say I rest better knowing that you got us taken care of.
See, I'm real good at other people's stuff. And by the end of the day, it's like, I don't want to do mine anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm the one that gets going behind.
Yeah.
Because by the end of the day, I've just done it so much.
Right.
So, and we
I
have
get
accountants
that.
and bookkeepers who just hate doing things for their clients. And it's like, man, I don't get that. You get paid for that.
Yeah, I don't get that either. First of all, we care about our clients, and there's nothing uh, more than to watch someone open a business and watch them grow
Oh,
and
yeah.
grow with them, or even if they're a bigger business and they've been in business a long time. When I started this right officially in 2020, it was right in the COVID thing, and it really took off really fast. So to watch clients, continue to stay with it and all that we were going through, it was we care. We care about their business. We care about their financials. If we see an area in their books that may need some work, we will mention that to you. Cash flow. Maybe there's a cash flow. We'll give recommendations. Um, you know, it's amazing to me when they say, I've had my bookkeeper, I've never met her. I'm like, really? How do you do that?
Yeah. I know with the COVID and everything else, we got to where we
Right.
didn't meet people face to
Right.
face.
You're right.
But I go to every one of my closings because if I haven't had the opportunity to meet them during,
Exactly.
I want to meet them.
You're exactly right. Yep. I want to
It's
meet them too. And I want them to meet my team. We have team meetings, and we've invited clients to our meetings just so they can see everybody. They can tell us their journey, how they got, kind of what we're doing here, how they became who they are in their successful life. So
it's
to me,
so
it's just,
important.
it is important. You're exactly right.
So, well, if somebody wants to get started after your initial conversation and stuff, what are your typical things you need from them, like bank statements and payrolls
Right.
and stuff?
So if we're opening books, of course, we need their article of corporation. I need to know if they're an LLC, S corp, who the real. I need to see the name, who really owns the business. I need an EIN number. It could be, we need to tie in your banking and your credit cards to your QuickBooks Online. So we would need access to that. It takes a minute. Like, we'll need codes from you to attach. So what happens is QuickBooks Online will talk to your bank and your credit card and download those into what we call a bank feed. So once that happens, then we can move it over into the correct category on your books. But basically, it's just, your company information. And of course, if we're opening payroll, we'd need all your payroll information as well. Yeah.
So we're going to do something fun. So we've got something we do rapid fire. We just ask silly questions to get to know a little bit more about you.
Okay.
So, first job.
Oh boy. So, at 17, I graduated high school at 17, and I was a clerk 3 at the University of Georgia Payroll Department.
Okay.
Yep, that's where I started.
Yeah,
Scared
that's
to
what
death.
got you hooked.
Yeah. Can I tell you a funny story about that real quick? So this was so long ago. Back then, their direct deposit was me. They had a few banks downtown, and every payroll, I carried them to the bank. That was part of my responsibility.
Well, they trusted you.
I had a big old bundle of checks.
So are
It's
you a
changed a
night
lot
out?
since then.
Go ahead, what?
It's changed a lot since
Oh,
then.
yeah, everything has. When you get my age, you'll get that even more.
Yeah.
Are you a night owl or an early bird?
Whew, when you become a business owner, you're a mixture. Sometimes I'm up really late, and sometimes I'm up. This morning I was up at 6. I probably worked right around 11 last night. It just depends on the time of the month. If it's the beginning of the month, of course, we're reconciling, trying to get those financials out into the quarter. But I'd like to say I'm a morning person, but I feel like the older I get, that it's going the other way.
Yeah. Sometimes mine's both. I'm night and
Yeah.
early. Sometimes I'm neither one. Sometimes I'm just tired, but I don't sleep much, so.
Yeah.
So do you like cats or dogs better?
I like dogs. I do. I've had dogs in the past. I recently adopted a cat. She's out on the porch. Her name is Stony, and I have really fallen in love with this cat. So I have to say right now I'm loving the cat. But I do like dogs, yes.
So are you a dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Oh, that's easy. That's milk chocolate.
I used to be. Now I'm dark.
Yeah.
What is your favorite color?
Green. Most people will tell that know me know my favorite color is green. My grandkids will tell you.
Okay.
Mimi, that's your favorite color is green.
Nice. So favorite word or phrase?
Oh, wow. You stumped me on that.
I try.
Favorite word or phrase? I have no idea.
Okay. Favorite song?
I'm loving that new Lane Brown song. Have you heard that? But it's called like Thank God.
Oh, yes.
I love that song.
I love that song. Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Favorite vacation spot?
I love the beach. I love the mountains too, but I absolutely love the beach. If we moved there, I would be so happy. So I would say the beach, any beach. I would prefer clear water, but the beach would be fine.
In Clearwater in Florida, or just clear water?
Either.
Yeah. So your favorite app for your phone?
My favorite app, you mean the one I use the most, or
If
goodness.
you're not doing anything else, then you can just pick one up. What would you pick?
I'd probably go to Facebook and look at my ads and see what's going on. Probably Facebook or Instagram. Yeah.
Well, thank you. So if you want to get in touch with Cynthia, you can call her at 864-344-6941, or you
or
can...
0.
Oh, it says 1. So 6940, 864-344-6940.
That is correct.
Okay. Or you can get in touch with her at barrettsbookkeeping.online. So one more question before we get going.
Okay.
Can you tell us why referral marketing is so important to you in your business, and why in particular did you pick GBN?
You know, I really have enjoyed GBN. And they say friends first, business second.
Absolutely.
But for me, being remote, it was a great outlet working from home. I get to talk to other business owners. I really just look forward to that and enjoy the GBN. And if you get some new business, well, that's just a plus to me.
Right.
But the main thing was the networking part, and I have really enjoyed that. We have a great chapter here in town. Certainly glad that I joined that. So, but I would say the number one thing would be the networking. I've met some incredible people and made some good friends.
Good. Well, thank you for joining us, Cynthia. And
Thank
you
you,
for
Lori.
watching today. Remember, if it's Wednesday, it's GBN Live. See you next week. Thanks.